when we're looking for our new recruits for next year, we always just look at attitude rather than their skill set in the first instance, really. I think if people bring the right attitude to a new adventure, they'll be off to a really good start.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really easy to teach the skills. We can teach someone to motorbike ride or to horse ride or how to brand. What we can't teach is a great work ethic, a cheerful attitude, positivity, flexibility. People have to come to us with those skills.
So there's a lot of programs that we run throughout the year, but we start off first and foremost with our induction week. So it's an intensive week where we cover off all the key components that you'll need to cover off throughout the year. There's a heavy focus on safety, setting everyone up for the year. That first week really gives everyone a good base to carry on for the rest of the year, really.
Yeah. It seems to be really important in terms of identifying where people need more training. So, we can get people fresh out of school from Brisbane or Sydney or Melbourne who have never been on a bike before, and we put them on a bike and we just start that process very slowly, and then we can identify, okay, they just need hours on basic skills or they're a little bit more advanced. It's a really good baseline, isn't it, to then develop training programs for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so what we cover off on animal welfare, people welfare as well. CPC are really big on looking after their people and their animals and their land. We set that's the week where we really set the standard for the year. And then as I mentioned before, there's a number of courses we do: shoeing courses, horsemanship courses, tickets, loader tickets, whatever, truck licenses throughout the year. But that first week's when the foundations are laid for the whole year, really. The first year is really just getting an exposure to everything. People go off on different, specialise in different areas, and most people start with just general station hand work, but there's the opportunity to go into more technical roles, or in the water maintenance side of things, machinery operation. There's a broad range of more specialised areas that you can go into as your career progresses.
Because I think teamwork is so important to what we do, especially, on all size stations really. Let's say we're working in the yards for the day, as part of our fatigue management, but also to really give people skills across all range of activities. We move people around every 2 hours. You might be in the backyards, and then you might be running the race, or you might be on the head bale, you might be vaccinating, and we try and move that around so that our young people get to try everything, and they're building skills all the time across all the technicalities or the technical skills that we need. Well, I think one of the things that CPC do really well, and we're very supported as managers with, as our health and wellbeing program, and this year, for example, we've had 3 or 4 mental health sessions with our staff, different providers, but just raising that importance around how you feel, what makes you happy, making sure that we're looking after each other, that if your headspace isn't right, then the people around you have the tools to help you to a degree before you need to go and get special help or specialised help then. But I think we are given a lot of opportunities, aren't we, to bring external people on to the station, and look at things other than just what is entailed in our job. Over the last couple of years, at ISIS, we've brought a fashion stylist in to help people work out what colours suit them. We've done a financial literacy course to help people learn about interest rates and how to save money.
There's quite a structured program at the end of getting towards the back half of the year, where people have got the option to put in for a transfer if that's possible to other stations. We've got stations right across Northern Australia, in Western Australia, the Northern Territory and Queensland, so it gives people a broad geographic area that they can work across. The support you get and the closeness that you feel to your team, and when I say your team, like not just on station, right throughout the company, it's a very dynamic company with a lot of different arms doing a lot of different things at all in one time. But it all seems very together, I suppose, really.
And it's a reasonably flat structure. So as managers, we know that we can pick up the phone and talk to our general manager or the CEO or the chief financial officer whenever we need extra help or we have a question. And that I think that communication from the CEO's level is really encouraged.
Well, that's quite understandable as parents ourselves. That's a concern we have from time to time as well for our own kids. But don't be frightened to pick up the phone and ring the station where your child's thinking of going, and have a conversation with the managers there, just to get a feel. We're quite big on people allowing, getting their parents, grandparents, cousins, aunties, uncles to call in throughout the year. It's just don't be frightened to pick up the phone and make that call, really.
I think a lot of parents are concerned about safety. Agriculture is obviously a very high risk industry, and I think one of the great things working for a corporate, and probably CPC is a leader in this field around safety on station. So we have a lot of workplace health and safety policies and procedures that we apply every day that makes us a particularly safe workplace, I think. And I know I get a lot of questions from parents before their children come and work for us around, how do we assure them that we're safe? And CPC has an annual award that awards, that recognises the safest station in the company throughout all our reporting and incidents and how we create that culture of being safe at all times. And so, it's one of those things. I think the industry that we work in, you have to expect the bruises and the broken toes and the cuts and the scratches, but you don't have to expect long-term trauma or disability or death even. And I think CPC is really leads the space in the agricultural industry around safety. But anyone that's straight out of school or 17 or 18, I will always ring their parents and just say, look, this is my phone number, you're always welcome. If you have any problems or you're really worried about your child, just pick up the phone, and I will likewise. If we have any concerns, we will ring you. And I think that's really important. I mean, kind of creates that feeling of family, which is what we try and do on station.
It just opens up that avenue of communication a bit more too.
You get your pay packet at the end of every month, but there's so many other ways in which CPC rewards their staff. So they offer probably one of the best training programs in our industry. There is nothing that CPC isn't open to discussing around, what training that our staff across all disciplines, whether you're cook, grader driver or station hand, and they will support you to do that. I think we're encouraged as managers to send people to field days and conferences locally that will help them build their knowledge in the area, in the industry. We have service awards that recognises people that have been with the company from 1 to 5 years, and then once you hit 5 years, it's every other 5 years, then you're recognised.
Yeah, and that's just a legacy of really the people that are a fundamental part of the company. Really, without the people and the out there in the field doing the job, or in the offices doing the job every day, we haven't got a business really. So I think the people, and first and foremost, really.
People and cattle, that's the business we're in.
One of the big advantages of getting involved in agriculture is that there's such great career opportunities. You can start out as a fresh school leaver with no experience, and in a number of years work your way up to station manager level, or in the finance, in a head office situation. There's the company's really supportive of bringing their own staff through the ranks, and developing talent within the company. It's just a really good, starting out on stage is a really good platform, but opens up so many different opportunities